Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
Welcome to Employee Resources Credit Union, where you're more than just a number, you're family. We provide financial solutions that rise above those of traditional banks. With roots stretching back to 1964, we've served 4 generations during constant industry changes. We're known for our low fees and incredible rates. Join us and experience the credit union difference. ERCU, not for profit, for service.
Comprehensive care with a compassionate touch. That will always be the guarantee at Encompass Healthcare in Etheridge, Tennessee. Whether you're looking for primary or urgent care, x-ray services, or weight loss treatments, the team at Encompass is equipped to serve your needs today. The doors are open Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5 and from 8 to noon on Fridays. Make an appointment with providers Kendra Brown, Tori Cox, or Ellie Brown today. That's Encompass Healthcare, located on Highway 43 North in Etheridge, next door to Chapman Tire.
For decades, First Class Charter has provided high-quality motor coach transportation services to the Tennessee Valley. With numerous safety and cleanliness accreditations, First Class Charter is ready to make your group trip a reality. Contact us today by visiting firstclasscharter.net. First Class Charter, the official motor coach company of the North Alabama Lions.
Flooring sets the tone throughout your home.
For flooring that makes the right first impression, start by choosing us, Floored by Justin.
A one-stop flooring destination. Our new location stands alone for unequaled customer service and selection. Owner Justin Story's mastery of custom hardwood inlays means every room can have a custom look. Discover how the right choice of hardwood, laminate, carpet, or tile can set the tone in your home. Contact Floored by Justin today.
For decades, First Class Charter has provided high-quality motor coach transportation services to the Tennessee Valley. With numerous safety and cleanliness accreditations, First Class Charter is ready to make your group trip a reality. Contact us today by visiting firstclasscharter.net. First Class Charter, the official motor coach company of the North Alabama Lions.
The Summit of Lawrenceburg is the premier senior and assisted living community in the region. The Summit makes it home for you or your loved one with diverse suites that welcome and encourage community, plus gathering spaces, neighborhoods, daily activities, and a wonderful staff that supports you every day.
Hi, I'm Tara Blue. I'm the new director of the Summit, and we would like to invite you and your family to come and tour our facility. We would love to see you here.
There's no job too big or too small for Gonzalez Lawn and Landscapes. Owner Chris Gonzalez works hard to make your commercial or residential properties one of the neighbors will envy. You won't find a lower price anywhere else, and that's a guarantee. We offer mowing, landscape removal, small construction jobs, and more. Our team is licensed and insured to ensure the best work for Lawrence County and surrounding areas. Your satisfaction is our goal. We won't leave until you're happy. Call today to set up a free quote.
At C&B Linen, fast, friendly, and reliable service is our promise to you. Because you're not just a customer, you're family. From multi-use linen to branded floor coverings and a complete range of cleaning supplies, C&B Linen is here to make sure you have everything you need. From our high-quality products to our fast, friendly, and reliable service, you'll experience the difference with C&B Linen. Because you're not just a client, you're part of our family. You'll be winning with C&B Linen.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome everybody here to X Sports Live, brought to you by C&B Linen. AJ Good with Brian Gobble and Michael Marks. Brian's back from doing the Lord's work, and he's back from his sabbatical.
So I've also been visiting the doctor as well. So weird story. I had this antibiotic resistant bacteria like that was just that's just living inside of me. So I've been calling the doctor and making visits to get that checked out as well.
Okay.
So I thought it was just like, I never had strep throat before that I know of. Usually I rebound from sickness and I'm fine, but a few weeks ago, I think I told you this. I had like 102 fever,
and then you were just fine the next day.
Well, I felt rough the next day, but I felt my fever broke, and I was like, okay, I can go do the game. I think it was UT Southern game.
It was.
So, but I felt the worst I had ever felt that night. Going to sleep, I sweated out the fever. Went to the doctor. They were like, okay, here's steroid shot. I think that's why I felt good enough to do it. They gave me the steroid shot, and I was like, oh yeah, that's great. And like a week and a half went by, and like I still had just a really sore throat and a couple other things going on. And I went and got tested. They ran like normal tests, like flu, COVID, and they were like, no, this is negative. We'll send your stuff off. And they were like, yeah, you have like, I think they called it H influenza, but it wasn't the flu. It's like an antibiotic resistant strain of bacteria. So yeah, just getting all that checked out as well. So
his boy topped up on roids.
Yeah, I'm good now. I'm good. Yeah, praise the Lord for modern medicine.
Yeah, and pray for him. Obviously.
No, it's fine. I guess it's like a routine thing. I don't know.
Well,
we'll see.
I'm happy you're here.
Yeah, thank you.
We're building the next mutant over
here. Yeah, that's right. I am the next Avenger. The next Marvel movie that's coming out, I'm featured in it. Yeah, that's right.
I'm out of a pod.
Sure.
Watch over Chris Evans. Here comes Brian Gobble. Take it over.
Gosh, never.
Well, last night, big game, guys. Summertown and Loretto battling for the region title for the fourth time this year, and actually for the fourth straight year, the sixth straight year, actually. And Loretto had won 3 in a row, making 4 in a row. And last night, a really good game, a really entertaining game. The start of it was, the first half was wild.
Yeah.
Both teams pressing, and it was just a wild night last night.
Yeah. Had a bit of a rough start in the first quarter against Community. They only scored 3 points. And then you look up at the end of the first quarter here, the Lady Mustangs have nearly 26 up on the board. Just a great look offensively. I mean, you talked about it. Allie Augustine had a great night. But some of the contributors, you had Jesse Chance hit a couple of big shots early. Sophie Weathers as well. I think it was one of their better offensive performances. And to get another win against Summertown's got to feel good for those girls.
Summertown and Loretto just always is a great matchup. It's really incredible that I hope people don't overlook. Just incredible traditions that these programs have to continue coming back and facing off against each other. It's amazing why, like, I guess it's really been localized. Like I'm surprised like more like state like news sources and regional news sources haven't been picking up on it.
Yeah.
That's right. Like we're here. That's why we're here to cover these incredible runs that these teams make. So I have my thoughts about both teams and both communities, just their in-county rivalry. But, like, you got to give credit where credit's due. Both of these teams consistently making it to the top and fighting against one another. It's special to see.
I said at the top, and I wish I would have thought of this at the time when I was calling the game last night, that, it's no surprise that they're here. It's a 6th straight year. As much as things change with the new district, much tougher competition, things still stay the same, and it's just a testament to how good these programs are, how they've been built, how the success has sustained, that they're meeting in the spot. Even with all these tougher programs coming into their district, they're still meeting for the region title.
Yeah, the districts have changed, right?
Yeah. I would say new district this year, and I would say more of the same. You got to think of just the. You mentioned it, the 5th straight, 6th straight region championship. I think they had played like 10 straight district championships against each other. It's the consistency of winning in the postseason. It doesn't transition from team to team. That coaching staff keeps it built up year over year. Great cultures at both Summertown and Loretto on the girls' side.
The game last night, it's the other 3 games ended just exactly like this did. It's a close game. Summertown hits a big 3 to make it 46-44. Allie Augustine takes over. Loretto gets into the paint. They make some things happen. They get points off turnovers. They amp up the defensive pressure. And you never see really, it seems like every game gets closer and closer to the breaking point, but every time Loretto finds a way to win.
Yeah, just that defense has been awesome. They gave up 52 points last night, but they forced turnovers when they needed them. And Summertown, like you mentioned, they did a really good job keeping it close, really, for 3.5 quarters. It was just, got a little tired there at the end, and the Lady Mustangs, that was kind of when they hit their stride.
Yeah, they spotted them a 10-2 lead right off the get-go, and Brian and I being around Lawrence County, we've seen that a little bit too much.
We have.
Our teams, unfortunately, have spotted some teams some lead, and you expound so much energy making that comeback. And by the time, even if you get there, you tied up and maybe take a small lead, you're drained by the end of it because you're having to work harder to make the comeback than you are to sustain the lead.
Yeah, and I think that was a key. I interviewed Coach Ashley Rutledge on Tuesday, talking about the slow starts and how do you prevent them, and it seems like they found it out against Summertown.
Yeah, you interviewed Rocky too. Jesse Chance.
Hey, listen,
Conor McGregor.
She is the ultimate hustle player. She may have only had 5 or 6 points last night, but the deflections, the steals, the blocks.
She set a screen last night that was like, I said it, and she was like running into a brick wall.
Yeah.
What she did.
I would say they blew the whistle there, but she was straight up. It was, but it was a very physical game, and it's going to be between those two teams.
And the officiating let them play early, got a little tighter towards the end, but it was on both sides. They played it on both sides there. You might not agree. The people in the gym might not agree as well.
There were a lot of times when they did it.
As you could hear on the air. But now Summertown's got to go to Huntington again for the second time in 3 years. For those who are going, go a little early. Go to Martin. There's an awesome burger joint that makes awesome milkshakes out there. Let me just look it up. It's my wife and I went and did that game last time.
In Martin?
Yeah, Martin. Oh, not Burger King.
The place I hear about all the time in Martin is like Cadillacs.
The Grind.
The Grind? Okay.
Yes. The Grind is the name of it. Go a little early. You're going to have to go about an extra 20, 25 minutes past Huntington. Go to the Grind. It's worth it. You'll feel satisfied. We've been, it feels like it's either Summertown, Loretto's playing Huntington in some form in the postseason every year. At that point, but Summertown's got them. Loretto's got Stewart County. That game we were actually watching it. That game started at 6, so it ended somewhere in between the first and second quarter, and we were watching it, and that was a really good game. I know Loretto's seen Huntington before, lost to Huntington. That's a really tough team that's got a really young core that's really athletic and really good. It's going to be a strong test for Summertown, but Stewart Creek gave that Huntington team all they can get for it, so they know that's going to be a tough test on Saturday.
And I honestly, going into that game, did not think it was going to be very close at all. Huntington had beaten them in the region championship last year, I believe. And, this is a rematch from the sub-state last year for the Lady Mustangs, getting Stewart County at home once again. Wasn't a very close game last year, but it looks like Stewart County has only improved from then. 27-5. I mean, you take away... I would say they're only 2 losses this year. I would say all their losses coming before the new year, so it seemed like a really hot team. And the same can be said for Huntington. They're 27-3. Their last loss came against Gibson County, who's another one, one of the better teams in 2A, on December 20th. Yeah. So it's 2 teams that are on a bit of a heater.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, coming up tonight, we got the Loretto boys in action here, Mike, and the tough tests got Lewis County. Lewis County looked really good against Summertown. And, they've played them before. They know what to expect. They know it's going to be a dogfight coming up here tonight.
Yeah, luckily the Mustangs Lewis County twice this season, a home and home. The game at Lewis County was a 19-point Mustang win, but they came back to Loretto a couple weeks later, and Lewis County actually took Loretto down 68-62. Rebounds are going to be very important. The rebounding battle at Richland or at Lewis County was controlled by the Mustangs nearly 2-1, and then it was much closer back at Loretto. But one thing I think is going to be a huge factor tonight is Cam Andrews. He didn't play in either of those first 2 games against Lewis County, and the Mustangs offense has really taken a leap since he's been in addition to the starting lineup. But I also think, in the highlights you're watching right now against Cascade, I think that was Loretto's best offensive performance of the year as a team. Cascade is extremely stifling defensively, so to put up 65 against them, I think you got to be feeling good coming into this game tonight.
Absolutely. And, hey, I like East Hickman's gym.
Yes.
There's a lot of teams we go to with Lawrence County I wish would have a gym like it.
The one thing I noticed, it's one of the cooler gyms I've been in, like temperature-wise, because it feels like every time you go into a gym, it's 200 degrees. That one's actually a little cool. I like that one.
It was a little chilly. It's Tullahoma there the other night. We're not making any more Well, I think they're one of our first district games in baseball. And then you never know about softball. Yeah. Softball plays district games like within the first week or two of the season. Not this time. They were supposed to have a game tonight against Lewis County. Basically, they canceled all Lewis County.
Yeah, everything that's going on in Homewall tonight, everything is shipping up and going.
Everything that's going on in Homewall.
Everything.
All,
whole county.
All two events.
Yes,
that's going on in Homewall.
Listen, they're all going to be at this game. And listen, you go back and watch that Summertown game, the Summertown Lewis County boys game. Lewis County had the best fans of any of the four teams up there, boys or girls.
They were really, really into.
So I would say I encourage everybody from Loretto.
I
close the two events going down in Loretto.
I love the good people of Lewis County, but there's not much going on there. So yeah, everybody go watch the game because there's nothing else happening in Homewall.
Everybody from Loretto, everybody from Homewall should be in Lyles tonight. It's going to be a great match.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Bryant, we'll kind of transition to baseball. Lawrence County back in action. Speaking of Lewis County, it's coming off a 19-7 win against Lewis County on Tuesday. Right? Against Tuesday, they got Wilson out of Alabama tonight, just down the road in Florence. Wilson 5-2 on the year. Lawrence County, Clint Wright's already sent me their lineup. The basketball kids will be back in the lineup.
Alrighty,
that's got to be
with Rose Moore and Hub Maddox will be back in the lineup. But Clint Wright called me, like I said yesterday here with Taylor. He called me a little worried. He's like, some of my better guys are playing basketball right now. I don't know how this is going to go. I think what happened on Tuesday kind of eased his mind a little bit there, Brian.
Yeah, they looked, and Clint posted on Facebook, and he hit the nail on the head. Proud of the guys, proud of the effort. There's still some things to clean up, but it was an encouraging outing from the guys. Absolutely. They handled the game from the beginning. I believe it was Story who pitched. He had an incredible amount of strikeouts. I don't know exactly how many, but he looked great. The bats were going as well. There were a few things in the field and a few decisions to be made that were like, let's clean this up. Let's put this game maybe a little bit away a little bit earlier. They had a chance to run rule them, I think, after 5, and they let a few runs go by them. But the Bat Cats, if you will, they looked good. Right? Can I steal that from Kentucky? I feel like
it's ours now.
That's right. We'll take it away from
Canada. Them. We took your sport.
That's right. Yeah. So they looked good. I was encouraged by them, and I will be interested to see what the basketball guys add into the lineup now that they're coming back.
Yeah, that was a good matchup. You had two teams that didn't have their basketball players yet, so you knew it was going to be a bit of a different looking matchup. Really impressive for Lawrence County to put up 19 runs. You give up 7, and that can be a little cautious, but if you're putting up nearly 20, that is not going to be a big worry for you. And your first game with your baseball kids back against Wilson, a school from Alabama that's been playing games for probably 2 or 3 weeks now. You're getting a team that's going to be a little bit more in a groove. I think it's going to be a good challenge for the Wildcats.
That is exactly right. Something that maybe us up here in Tennessee don't think of. Alabama finishes their basketball season like a week or two sooner than we do. Yeah. So
we're in region championships. They're literally playing state
championships. They're staying championships right now. Right. Yeah. So their calendar is a little ahead. So the guys that are playing baseball and basketball that cross over, they've already been with the team for a little bit. So Wilson might have the advantage there. We'll see how we stack up against them. Lewis County did have a lot of people out there tonight. That is something that I think we mentioned on the broadcast. I want to say they had at least 8 out. It was quite a few.
That's what's so difficult for the teams like Loretto and Summertown and Lewis County. Just thinking above on the boys' side, really good baseball teams, but a lot of their better players are on the basketball team. So they're not, Loretto not going to have their guys. Lewis County won't have their guys now for another couple of days at least. And Summertown is going to be able to just get their guys back in time.
But at the end of the day, you can only control the controllables, right? You can't let external factors affect your performance on the field. And Lawrence County didn't let that happen. They did well.
You're back at full strength. I mean, it's going to take them a little bit. They might look good tonight and struggle the next game because they got Battle Creek on Friday night. But, just stay the course with these guys. I mean, they played their last basketball game Tuesday. Yeah. 2 nights later, they're here playing their first baseball game. It's one, I know the guys go in and they'll take some hacks and they'll get some ground balls or throw around a little bit, not try to wear themselves out. But now you're fully into this game. Yeah. And just like going from football to basketball is a transition. Basketball to baseball is a transition as well.
Yeah, big time. I mean, hitting a round ball with a round bat is going to forever be the most difficult thing to do in sports.
Yeah, I agree. I think this will be a good challenge too because Wilson, I'm pretty familiar with their student athletes with their school. I've visited their school. It used to be once a week. Now I go in there a couple days a month. But I know from visiting the school that they're not good at football. God bless them. The Warriors are not good at football.
Their coach is trying to turn
They're
that
trying.
around.
They're not great at basketball. Yeah. I think they hang their hat on baseball and softball. Yep. We covered with Bank Independent sponsored the Alabama games. We watched softball versus Central the other day, and that was an incredible matchup between Central and Wilson. So I know they take baseball very seriously. So I think they're going to come in ready to give Wildcats a good matchup.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, coming up next, guys, here on X Sports Live, we're going to get into some Tennessee basketball. I got into it some with Taylor yesterday. We'll get your guys' thoughts of it. They've got Vandy coming up here next, trying to get in one of those top 4 seeds. Look at things on the women's side as well. And we'll also look at some softball and college baseball, Tennessee and everybody else. It's coming up next here on X Sports Live, brought to you by C&B Linen.
Make your property rock and roll with services from G&S Excavating, specializing in white sand, compost, mulch, topsoil, landscape gravel, and steel landscape edging. Turn to the pros who know how to make your project shine with years of experience. The best part is they're locally owned and operated. Choose from a vast selection of mulch and rock from their conveniently located facility at No. 3 Valley Road in Lawrenceburg, just off Buffalo Road. Phone 931-279-3841 and get started today.
Hey, this is Phil Hooper. Get the look you want for your favorite school, church, or business with apparel from HD Ink Screen Printing in Leoma, Tennessee. Got a logo you need embroidered or screen printed? Let HD Ink give you the professional look that sets the bar in today's world. We do fundraisers and custom designed apparel and so much more. Call today, 931-201-2961, or come see us at our new shop located at 26 Ingram Road in Leoma. Remember, HD Ink for the look you want and the look you deserve.
A moment in real estate with my dad, Jeff Hood.
You know, I get asked a lot about what the market's going to do, how's the real estate market. I've been selling real estate for a long time, and nobody has a crystal ball. And you know what? When it's your time to buy or your time to sell, it really doesn't matter what the market's doing. It's your time, and you have to do something maybe. What makes a difference is the agents and the experience that go to work for you. We're Keller Williams Hood Company, located here in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. We can help.
Hood Company, powered by Keller Williams, the #1 name in real estate.
There's a reason owners Tyler and Cindy McDowell chose the name In Service for their towing business. They did because it's their goal to be in service for you on the day that you need them the most. In-Service Towing is now known far and wide for their response time because minutes matter when you're broken down, or their 24/7 availability. You can call them anytime for service. Their professional team with years of experience and their fairness, plus their know-how in dealing with the unexpected. But the thing that In-Service is known best for is how they treat their customers, and that's like family. When you need them, call them 931-843-9090.
Jack Davis Insurance, located at 201 West Gain Street in Lawrenceburg, has you covered through life's obstacles. Jack Davis specializes in group insurance for businesses and institutions of all sizes, with coverage for life, accidents, cancer, critical illness, short-term disability, dental, and vision. Jack Davis can customize a plan to meet every need. Now available Medicare plans for seniors. Contact Paige Davis at 931-492-9284 today for Medicare Supplement, Medicare Advantage, and prescription drug plan insurance. Serving Lawrence and surrounding counties since 1987, call the team at Jack Davis Insurance today at 931-242-5225.
At C&B Linen, fast, friendly, and reliable service is our promise to you. Because you're not just a customer, you're family. From multi-use linen to branded floor coverings and a complete range of cleaning supplies, C&B Linen is here to make sure you have everything you need. From our high-quality products to our fast, friendly, and reliable service, you'll experience the difference with C&B Linen. Because you're not just a client, you're part of our family. You'll be winning with C&B Linen.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome back to X Sports Live, brought to you by C&B Linen. AJ Good here with Brian Gobble and Michael Marks. And guys, talked some college basketball yesterday with Taylor. I'm going to talk it here with you guys. Tennessee, they got a good win.
They did.
My mind was reverting back to last week. But they did get a good win, pretty solid win.
Needed
a good bounce back. South Carolina's not good.
No, they're terrible.
So they needed a really good bounce back just to okay, we're not bad. We can still go out and dominate teams, and they're going to be fighting for one of those top 4 spots in the conference, a semi kind of conference tournament playing game here with Vandy coming up on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, that win over South Carolina was nice in the fact that there was no Nate Ament, and Jacoby Gillespie only gives you 8 points. That's something that if I told you that before the game, it would be a little worrisome. But Felix Okpara, 20 points, all 20 points, 10 alley-oop dunks.
That's his calling card.
Yeah,
that's
and JP Estrella, 22 points off the bench. He's more of a hook shot kind of guy, but really good in the post. I think that favors Tennessee coming up on Saturday. Vanderbilt not too big on the interior with McLaughlin, so I think Tennessee should be able to take advantage of that. I'm not sure, though, what the call will be for Nate Ament. If it's going to be, is he going to go? Is he not going to go? Rick Barnes said if the call was up to Nate Ament, he would have tried to play on Tuesday against South Carolina, so that does make me feel a little bit better for the tournament, but I'm not sure if they'll want to run him out there against Vandy on Saturday.
Yeah, going back to the win over South Carolina, it's kind of what the doctor ordered. Like, you needed just a low-stress game with no injuries. You needed to let your big guys dominate because South Carolina's not good on the interior. The coaching staff knew that, and they just drove the ball, dished off with that bunch of alley-oops. That's what Felix does. Like, that's what he did last year. Zakai would lob up to Felix time after time, game after game, and he's doing the same. I'm glad Estrella had a good night because I've been growing disappointed with JP Estrella. I don't think he's been – at times, I think feel like he's been more of a liability on the floor than anything, especially on the defensive end. Like, once Phylon got the switch on him in the basketball game, he was cooked.
Everybody's seen that.
He was cooked. I was like, gosh, why is Estrella on the floor? But I'm glad he took care of business against South Carolina, at least, in the absence of Nate Ament. I heard the same things. Rick Barnes said that Ament wants to go himself, but everybody's kind of holding him back. That's encouraging. I think there's been rumors that he's been, or people have been seeing him walk around the practice facility on the floor without a boot, without a gait, or a limp or anything. So all those are encouraging. It's okay. Now, how fast do you bring him back? Do you let him play his last game in Thompson-Boling Arena this Saturday against Vanderbilt, or do you let it be in a loss against Alabama, right?
In a game that he went out.
In a game that you went out. Do you hold him back and make sure he's really ready for the SEC tournament? Do you even hold him back from the SEC tournament and be like, okay, we're putting all our chips in March Madness? I don't think you should do that. If he's ready to go for SEC tournament, you can do that. I would hope that maybe they put him on a minutes restriction against Vanderbilt. That would be probably my call. If you want to bring him out and let the crowd celebrate him for one last time for being on the floor, because he's had a great season and he's gone to the NBA. There's no question. He's gone. If you want to bring him out for, keep him under 20 minutes, don't even let him play half the game, I would be fine with that. It's Vanderbilt. It's a rivalry, but at this point, I think you got to have your focus on tournament season and not a regular season game against Vanderbilt.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I'd like that one more win. I'd like the double bye in the SEC tournament, but I'm not sure if that's necessarily a viable option at this point. The win against Vandy would be nice, getting a season sweep against them, but they're good. Their offense is good, and it didn't really get to show that last time. Tennessee's defense really stepped up. I'm looking for Vandy to try to make a run.
Do we not get the double bye if we beat Vandy?
I don't think we do.
I thought we were in position
to.
Right
now,
yeah,
from what I saw in the standings.
That's what I was thinking, because there's a little weight.
Missouri would jump us with the tiebreaker if they won against Arkansas. So
Arkansas's good though.
Yeah, I would say we got Auburn, Alabama. So I guess we'd be cheering for Alabama in that one. So it might be a viable option.
Never say that.
Which, by the way, man, Bruce.
What a dude.
Who could have saw this dumpster fire coming? Me? Gosh, what a doofus is. He is a doofus. Just a big nosed doofus.
Yeah, like I don't get how someone with a straight face can sit on TV and tell me that a basketball team that has won 30 games this year and hasn't lost one yet isn't very good. That his team, that his son's team, that is 500 is much better. Now, do I think Auburn is a good team? No, I mean they're above, maybe above average, but I think they hurt themselves more than they help themselves if you watch their games. That's something that has really gotten on my nerves because I love Cinderellas. I love the small schools making a big run late in March, and if you're telling me that a team can go 32-1 and lose their conference tournament championship game and they're not making the tournament, I think it's just abysmal.
Talking about Miami.
Yeah.
Bruce talked against him, right?
Yeah,
Bruce was one that said that. I appreciate Bruce for him standing and holding true to his convictions. I appreciate him for being a good leader. I even think Steven has matured and become a good leader. But Steven's not a good coach, and Bruce isn't a great analyst. No. I don't think that comment about Miami was correct. I didn't agree with that.
Like, go after other like big conferences, middle of the road teams. Don't go after an undefeated team at the top of the conference, which if they don't win the MAC, which could happen because the last couple games have been 1 or 2 possession games. They're going to the Conco Convocation Center at Ohio University. They're always pretty decent in basketball. They're in the upper part of the MAC right now. They could lose that game, but if they only have 1 loss on the year, and it's like in the conference semis or the conference championship game. Put them in.
Yeah,
put them in.
We had never had a team start. I think 29-0 and not been a 1 seed before, and we're talking about this team not even making it.
Come on, I'm all about a 2-bid MAC.
Yeah, but say give it to me. Akron and MAC. Give me Akron and Miami. I'm all for it.
There are definitely plenty of other teams that aren't as worthy to be in. They're going to wind up putting some 19 and 18 team in that's not very good.
They're going to put in like an 18 and 12 USC.
Right.
That should be what the real complaining should be about.
You're exactly right.
Lady Vols in action tonight against Alabama for the second time. Were both of you at that game?
Yeah.
Both of you were at that game. It's the last time Tennessee's looked good.
That is also true. Should we go back tonight?
But at least we made it matter against the opponent that mattered.
They've got some drama. You got a senior that's not going to be there for the rest of the way, saying that not getting the start on senior night was a straw that broke the camel's back. Then another senior comes out and was like, look, this is how things have been all season long. I don't know why you thought this was going to change. Like, there's...
Yeah, I think...
I like him. Again, I got a connection with her, being one of the first people that's ever interviewed her and known her since she was in high school. But I bet at some... Oh, I'm cramping. She's got some part in her that's probably like, man, can we just get this over?
Yeah. I would say, I think this year's complete wash for Tennessee. They can make the tournament. They can make the Final Four. But it doesn't seem likely. Things are not going great. Yeah. I think the player quitting at the end of the year is the lamest thing I've ever heard. Because you hear what Tess Darby comes back and says, like, listen, your playing time and your is based off your previous game performance. I like a mantra like that. You keep the players that are hot out there. Listen, Kyle Wynn has been dealt a terrible hand with injuries and hasn't been able to be out on the court much. But to think you're entitled a spot on senior day,
I agree with that.
Is something that's kind of lame in the college game because there are plenty of walk-ons on Tennessee's women's team, on Tennessee's men's team that the fans would love to see get thrown out there for to start on senior night. But your job first as a coach is to win the game.
Yeah,
it's not to make people happy.
I completely agree with you. The Nick Saban quote: "If you want to make people happy, sell ice cream. Don't become a leader." Right?
Exactly.
That's rings true with what you just said, and I agree with the sentiment. You got to earn your spot, right? You got to earn the playing time if you want it. I hate it for the girl. My question is, what other underlying issues are there that made her quit? Because this is a big deal to her, and it seemed like it was the thing that pushed her over. But what got her closer and closer to quitting? Like, is it just the way the season went? Is it some things that maybe Coach Kim said to her behind the scenes? Is it the way the locker room has been? Is it all of these culminated together, and this was the straw that broke the camel's back?
Right.
I'm curious what else has been happening that we didn't see. That this girl isn't, maybe she just doesn't want to air that dirty laundry out. Maybe this is her making her statement by just leaving and exiting. I don't know what the case is, but just a disaster of a season. I don't think Coach Kim gets fired by any means,
not yet.
But boy, she has set herself up for a big year coming up.
Yeah, and they have a lot of young, talented players, so I think it's possible to rebound and have a good year again if they don't transfer. But I think an opponent like Alabama is something that the Lady Vols need to see because it's a team that hasn't beaten Tennessee in like 4 or 5 years now. So I think that's something that could be start a bit of a winning streak here in the SEC tournament. I mean, obviously you get to the next round and it's I don't know exactly who would be the next game, but you're going to be looking at teams like Oklahoma, Texas, South Carolina, LSU. Yeah. It's going to be a bloodbath. Vandy, I mean, they're in the top 5 in the country, so it's going to be tough to string wins together. But if there's a good time to do it, now is the best time.
I hate to say it though, I think kind of the opposite of you a little bit. Like, yeah, Alabama is a team that you've beaten 4 or 5 years in a row. Is that the record? They haven't beaten them in a while, that long. They haven't beaten them in a while. They kind of have their number. Then it's like, oh crap, we're expected to beat this team. Like to me, that puts a little expectation that makes them tight. They're like, oh man, we're supposed to beat this team. Yeah. They could beat us for the first time, and it's going to be a disaster, and we're going to be embarrassed. Like to me, that puts a little pressure on that I wouldn't want if our season's falling apart. Does that make sense?
No, I agree with that because it's we should win this one. If we lose it, how
embarrassing. The season bad gets worse and worse gets even worse.
Yeah, and with the way things have gone this season, that seems like a very likely thing to happen. But I think the Lady Vols are going to get back on a little bit of a roll. I'm not going to say they're going to make a crazy run here at the end of the season, but I think they're going to start to step things up and start to look more like Tennessee basketball.
I like that optimism. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm a little bit optimistic.
Come on, go Vols. Pat Summitt would not stand for this, and we're not going to either.
I'm here for it.
I like that.
Let's do it.
I love the optimism. I love it. Well, guys, also in women's college basketball, UNA they get Central Arkansas for the second time in the span of a week. I was there. I called the game at home on senior night, and Central Arkansas, pretty big team. They rebound the ball well. They shoot the three very, very well. Not one of the best teams in the conference. UNA's been really close with this bunch the first couple times, but got to go back to the actual senior night when they played West Georgia. And what a game that they had with West Georgia. And our own Katie Criswell plays all 60 minutes, the 5th most minutes in NCAA history, the most in program history, and the most in ASUN history.
Yeah, I mean, I think asking somebody to play 40 minutes in a game is crazy. Okay, here, we're going to play 4 overtimes. You don't sit once unless we call a timeout. Just incredible performance, the perseverance, because, I mean, you probably get to minute 50 and start seeing things. So, great job by Criswell, and that was an incredible win. I mean, when you get to 4 overtimes, it's just somebody win it, please.
Yeah, somebody do something.
Yeah, I think I mentioned it the other day, but many people in athletics at North Alabama were telling me that's the most exciting, the best game that they've ever seen. Right?
Go back and watch on ESPN.
Yeah.
It's
incredible.
So much fun.
Incredible, and they got a little Sports Center shout out for that. So the game against Queens, 2-point winners when it mattered in this that doesn't surprise me. Like I think that is the mark of the North Alabama team. They're not the flashiest or the most talented, but they're good to grind out wins like that, and it's partly due to players like Katie, who's going to get out there and give you some good defensive minutes. They're going to help you on offense. They may not score. Katie doesn't score a ton of points, but she's a key contributor. And like I said, obviously she's valuable if her coach wants her out there for 60 minutes of a 4 overtime game. Like that's incredible.
Yeah, she's definitely going to need to. They're going to need some big output on offense. Central Arkansas. Look at their past couple of games: 47 to Queens, 37 to Bellarmine. They've won 5 in a row.
It's crazy. They're the best 3-point shooting team in the ASUN, and they're the best 3-point defensive team.
And you know what? Live by the 3, die by the 3. But if you were the best at shooting it and the best at defending it, I think that's something that fares well for teams down the stretch.
The coach came from Marshall. Not to shout out my herd. A lot of good basketball coaches.
I would say so. Is West Virginia just like the women's basketball hotbed?
Did you guys know that before Billy Donovan took over Florida, he came from Marshall?
He was at Marshall. I did know that.
Yeah, he brought white chocolate with him too.
Yep.
For better or for worse, he brought white chocolate with him.
I would say he was. Yeah.
I was in Florida. Was Florida like good night?
And Jason Williams couldn't be the most Florida, even though he's from West Virginia. Couldn't be the most Florida guy. Baseball guys, Tennessee 10-3 lost a weekend series to Kent State. Kent State, speaking of the MAC, really good MAC mid-major program.
They do what every annoying baseball team does. They don't swing at pitches. They steal bases, and they play really good defense.
And they know how to win one-run games.
Yeah.
Know how to win close games.
They're going to be, I'm calling it right here on March 5th, they're going to be a really annoying 3 seed in somebody's regional.
They could be. And they dang near swept the series.
Yeah.
It took a walk-off on a Friday. This was 2 weekends ago now. It took a walk-off for Tennessee to beat them. I think this is attributed to Tennessee still trying to find their lineup, still trying to find their moxie, still trying to find themselves after Tony left. They had a good showing in Houston.
Yes.
That they were in?
No, Arlington.
Arlington.
They lost to number 1 UCLA, but then beat Arizona State, beat Virginia Tech. Those are 2 pretty good programs.
Yeah, they are.
And then they've bounced back already this week against ETSU in Oakland, and then they've got Wright State, again, another really good mid-major program. They've been in Tennessee's region before.
The last time they stepped in that park was Drew Gilbert.
Yeah, probably the most iconic moment in Tennessee baseball history was Drew, other than the national championship. It's Drew's walk-off against Wright State.
Funny enough, a lot of people don't realize Tennessee had a weekend series against Wright State the season before they got cut short for COVID. Yeah. Wright State was the first team to beat Tennessee that year.
Wow.
So they've had good success against SEC teams. Yeah. I mean, they knocked number 1 Vandy out of their own regional last year. But I think Tennessee baseball's on a bit of an uptick. They switched up the lineup a lot yesterday. I mean, we had our backup catcher was in center field. We had center fielder at second base. Moved a lot of people around. And honestly, I think yesterday may have been the best the offense looked.
That was against ETSU?
Yeah.
That was against Oakland yesterday. But the ETSU, they looked good as well.
Yeah. The games that they've played since going to Arlington, since the UCLA. UCLA, they closed the gap. I think it was like 4-5.
Yeah, it was a 5-4 game, and then you left the pitcher out there too long.
Yeah, UCLA opened the door, and the floodgates came. But ever since then, like you said, they've been ticking up. They've been looking better. They've been gelling better. So this is another get right weekend. Get right, and no pun intended. I walked right into that one. But this is another get right weekend. They can work on some things, but they also can't just walk out. They can't just roll the ball out there and expect to win. They've got to take it seriously.
You've got these 3, Tennessee Tech, and then
SEC play.
SEC play, and you go.
A little bit of pressure is good.
Their first real road game, road test, not a neutral site game. It's their first road test, so.
This pressure is going to be good for them. The early season adversity can definitely pay dividends if they use it the right way.
And it's such a young team with so many different pieces that, I mean, the lineup that was thrown out there yesterday, the lineup that was thrown out there the 3 days before that, it doesn't matter. It's not going to be the same one that you're going to see every night. I mean, they're probably going to roll something new out there, probably until they make it to Hoover.
I think the starting pitching is pretty much the only thing that's set. Like they're still running through lineups. Who's batting? They still got a bunch of people competing for plate appearances.
But the bullpens are going to be key this weekend. That's where Tennessee struggled when they've gotten through their starters, because their starters have been good going 5-6 innings in these games, but when you get to the bullpen, they've really struggled. Arvidsson had a rough outing against UCLA. Look to get some of those big arms back back on the right track against Wright State.
Softball, the Vols 20-0 right now, and they start SEC play against LSU coming up on Friday in Knoxville.
Yeah, that's a great opening weekend series. LSU has struggled a little bit in the early going of the season, so a team a bit on a downstretch. Now, Carlin Pickens did leave, I believe it was Monday's game, against Belmont with a bit of arm tightness. It doesn't seem like it's going to be anything long term, but definitely some anxiousness in the softball dugout in Knoxville.
She is hands down the best player on the Tennessee team, right?
Maybe the best player in the country.
Maybe she is really good. Pickens is good. I remember watching her last year, as many of you, if you kept up the softball team. She's a senior this year, and that's probably the most worrisome thing with the softball team is you've had great success at the first early in the season, and now your pitcher has a little bit of an arm issue. Don't rush her back too quick. Be careful to nurse that injury. Make sure she's getting right for the end of the season.
Yeah, because last year she kind of was the one-man wrecking crew on the mound for Tennessee. Tennessee's able to bring in some new guys. Aaron Newers had a really good year.
It's crazy how softball, to me, this is a little bit of the subject change, but it's crazy how softball can just ride one pitcher throughout the whole year. Like baseball, you do that, you're going to wear a guy's arm out. But I guess it's just the mechanics of the arm coming through.
It's more natural to go.
It's more natural to go under, and so
it's shoulder just pops while doing all of that.
It's amazing to watch some of these softball girls, throw 120, 130 pitches, and they're going to go back out and do it the next day. Because they can, because they still got the energy and the speed and the velocity.
That's just insane. Because you got guys that'll throw 80 pitches in a baseball game and they'll have that arm taped up and ice for a month.
Also, softball wise, UNA 15-4 right now. They got a doubleheader Saturday against Detroit Mercy. Then they go play what?
I got a funny story to tell you about. It might not be funny, but
well, go ahead.
So UNA softball, they're doing great. Coach Cozart is widely respected around the community, loved in the athletic department. So I helped out with the game yesterday up in the press box. They had a doubleheader, and the team they were playing was from Oakland, Oakland University.
Yeah, it's around Detroit.
Yeah. Detroit. Okay. Well, listen, on a Wednesday afternoon in North Alabama, Florence, Alabama, you better believe they had probably 15 people out in the parking lot tailgating for a Wednesday afternoon, 2 o'clock, first pitch softball game.
Wait, Oakland did or UNA
Oakland.
did?
UNA had had fans there that, the stadium wasn't full, but it was a good showing for a 2 o'clock game.
That's
they were tailgating. I called one. So UNA was hitting nukes. They have some hitters. If you're going to go watch some local softball, go watch North Alabama.
And we got a Loretto girl, Briley Dover, shout out.
Okay, so she hit a nuke yesterday. It was insane. Like she's just teeing off. Briley is a great player. And so there was a couple other in this nukes in the second game, and I was in the outfield for the second game watching. One of the balls, one of the Oakland fans walked up to get, and he walked throughout the stands kind of waving it to his friends like, I don't have to give it back. I got what I got. I'm like, oh, and he takes his hat off and covers the ball with it as he sits down. I'm like, okay, be a jerk, whatever. Well, one of the UNA girls comes looking for the ball, and I was like, I know where it is. She's looking aimlessly. I'm going to go tell her and see if she can ask to get the ball back. She walks over there and asks, hey, can I have the ball back, to the group of Oakland fans? Y'all know where it is. And they start lying to her. They're like, no, it's over here. No, this one went over there. I stood up and I said, hey, don't lie to the girl. You know where it is. You don't have to give it back. But, boy, you would have thought, like, I cussed their family. I cussed their mom. Because they turned around and started dog cussing me. It's like, no, we did not lie to her. Who are you to say? Who are you to say that, you know where the ball is? I'm like, they were drunk off their rear end for a 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock doubleheader against North Alabama.
They came out of the ice and snow down.
They did.
70 degrees.
I guess that's what they were enjoying was the 70-degree weather. So they didn't give the ball back, I don't think. They cussed me. The UNA player ran off because she's like, I ain't got time for this mess. So shouts out to Oakland. They take softball seriously, I guess.
Dover hitting .438 right now, guys. Second on the team, 5 home runs. Second with 21 RBI. She's 6 of 7 in stolen base attempts. A 1.183 OPS. Everyone here who's ever called a Briley Dover game has Briley Dover stories. I think when she hit a home run in the state semifinal, there in Murfreesboro, we go, and she hit that to Smyrna.
She's still doing the same thing, man. It's incredible to watch.
I would say the whole county has had some really special softball players come through. I would say me being a Loretto guy recently, seeing her play has just been incredible.
UT Southern softball guys, they are sitting at 10-2 right now. They top 25 team, and speaking of top 25, the basketball team is going to find out their fate. The NAIA tournament, they made it to the championship game. They're ranked in the top 25, so they're thinking, talking to their coach, he's 99% sure that they're going to make it. So that looks like they're either going to end up at Bethel or Freed-Hardeman. And remember, they beat Bethel.
Yeah.
I was at that game. That was right before I went and did Lawrence County Summertown. At Summertown, they beat them pretty handily. So that could be something interesting for everyone to keep their eyes on. And speaking of Gulf Shores, I know you're going to Gulf Shores. UT Southern softball's down there before you guys. Wow. But baseball's got a 3-game series against Faulkner. Brian's going to call the first 2 on Friday, and we'll have coverage of it on Saturday as well. So, guys, we've got a very, very busy
just a little bit
weekend today. You've got Loretto tonight, right? As well for their region championship game. They're looking for a home game on Monday. We got Lawrence County baseball tonight against Wilson, and then just UT Southern. No, we got high school baseball and
Lawrence County at Battle Creek.
Which I'll be there before I slide on down to meet Mickey and Minnie and all of their friends.
I was about to say, I think our only other games of the day, we've got an Alabama baseball game.
We got
Austin at Decatur.
Austin at Decatur. That's at 4:30.
So we have Loretto versus Lewis County region championship game. Summertown versus South Lawrence middle school baseball at 4:30. Austin at Decatur at 4:30. 5:30 for baseball. Lawrence County against Wilson tonight at 6:30 for baseball, and then Loretto at Collinwood at 5 p.m. for some softball.
Yeah,
so that's
what we have.
Yes,
also.
all of our games for the day.
Knew I was forgetting something. We'll have a live coverage of all of that, and that will be here in a few minutes. So for Brian Gobble, Michael Marks, I'm AJ Good. We're gonna no show tomorrow and no show for next week because we're all gone.
Yep.
I'm in Florida, you're in Alabama, and Brian's doing his missionary work and just trying.
No, I'm gonna be holding down the fort with some Loretta games, I think, next week. Right. So different stuff going on.
He might end up over in the Murphy Center helping out over there as well too. So we'll see what happens. So this will do it for this week, and next week we'll see you guys coming up here in a couple weeks.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.